Parallel to our own world, there's an unseen realm where two incredible forces have existed since the dawn of time. One is an army of celestial beings, born from pure, divine light, and created for perfect obedience. The other is a mysterious race of creatures forged from the essence of smokeless fire, who were given the dangerous gift of free will. For centuries, they've moved unseen among us, angels and Jinn. Their rivalry is the stuff of cosmic legend, a hidden conflict that predates humanity and continues to shape our world in ways we can barely imagine. We're taught that they exist, but the true scale of their power and the fundamental differences that set them apart are often shrouded in mystery. Today, we're pulling back that veil. We're going to uncover the truth behind their epic rivalry, reveal who truly holds the greater power, and explain why the answer might just change how you see the world. Part 1. The origin story. To understand the rivalry, we have to go back to the very beginning. Before humanity ever walked the earth, the planet was not empty. According to many Islamic traditions, it was inhabited by a different creation, one with immense power and a nature as fiery as its origin. These were the Jinn. The Quran tells us the Jinn were created from a smokeless fire. Think of the hottest, most intense part of a flame, the shimmering, nearly invisible tip that holds incredible energy. That's the essence of the Jinn. And just like us, they were given the profound and dangerous gift of free will, the ability to choose between good and evil, obedience and rebellion. They built societies, they formed nations, and they lived for ages, their world entirely unseen by those who would come later. But with free will came the potential for corruption. Over thousands of years, the societies of the Jinn began to decay. They spread chaos and mischief across the earth, spilling blood and defying the commands of their creator. The world, burdened by their sins, was in a state of imbalance. In response, God sent an army, not of fire, but of light. The Quran and the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, tell us that angels are created from pure light. Unlike Jinn and humans, they don't have desires or the ability to disobey. Their entire existence is a constant act of worship and service. Their numbers are beyond our comprehension, so vast that on the day of judgment, it's said that hell will be brought forth by 70,000 ropes, and each rope will be pulled by 70,000 angels. That's nearly 5 billion angels for that one task alone. This celestial army descended upon the earth. Their mission wasn't one of revenge, but of divine justice, to restore order and cleanse the world of the Jinn's corruption. The battle that followed was catastrophic. The rebellious Jinn, for all their fiery power, were completely overwhelmed by a force of pure obedience and divine might. Acting on God's command, the angels crushed their empires, shattered their strongholds, and scattered the survivors to the farthest corners of the world, to remote islands, the depths of the ocean, and forgotten mountain valleys. Among the forces sent to put down this rebellion was a very special figure. He was a Jinn of incredible piety and knowledge, whose devotion was so great that he had been raised to a high rank, living and worshiping among the angels in the heavens. Some traditions say his name was Azazel. He fought fiercely against his own kind, and his loyalty to God seemed absolute. He was a leader, a celebrated warrior, the perfect example of a Jinn who had chosen righteousness. But deep inside this celebrated servant, a seed of arrogance was growing, hidden from everyone except the all-knowing Creator. As he looked down upon the defeated Jinn, he didn't feel sorrow. He felt a swelling pride in his own righteousness. He started to see himself as superior not just to his fallen brothers, but maybe even to the angels he walked with. This hidden pride, this single, dark seed, was about to blossom into an act of rebellion that would echo through eternity, transforming him from a celebrated worshiper into the greatest enemy of mankind. His name would be changed from Azazel to Iblis, which means the one who despairs. This ancient war and the fall of Iblis set the stage for the next chapter of creation. With the earth cleansed, God announced to the angels, "Indeed, I will make upon the earth a successive authority." The angels, remembering the bloodshed the Jinn had caused, questioned this. "Will you place upon it one who causes corruption therein and sheds blood?" they asked. "While we declare your praise and sanctify you." It wasn't a question of defiance, but one born from experience. They had already seen what a creation with free will could do. God's response was simple and profound indeed. I know that which you do not know. And then, from clay from humble earth, God shaped Adam. He breathed life into this new being and, in a moment that would define the cosmos, commanded the angels and the honored Jinn Iblis, who stood among them, to prostrate before him. The angels, in their perfect obedience, prostrated immediately. But Iblis, the hero of the war, the celebrated Jinn, refused. When God asked him why, his hidden arrogance erupted. I am better than him, Iblis declared. You created me from fire and created him from clay. This was the ultimate sin. It wasn't just disobedience. It was a challenge to God's wisdom. It was a declaration that his own logic, based on where he came from, was better than a divine command. In that one moment of pride, his eons of worship turned to dust. He was cast out of the heavens, his name forever changed to Iblis, and he became the accursed one, the Shaitan or Satan. And this brings us to a crucial point that's often misunderstood. Iblis was never an angel. He was a Jinn. His ability to disobey came from the free will his species was granted, a trait the angels simply don't have. This single event, the fall of Iblis, ignites the central conflict between angelic good and the potential for Jinn evil, with humanity caught right in the middle. The question of power isn't just about who's stronger. It's about the very nature of that power. Is it derived from obedient light or rebellious fire? Part 2, the power dynamic. So, when we ask, who has greater power, we're looking at abilities that are hard for us to even imagine. Both angels and Jinn have extraordinary powers, but they are not equal. Their skills are dramatically different in their scale, their source, and their purpose. To really get it, we need to compare them in a few key areas: raw strength, speed, knowledge of the unseen, and their influence over humanity. Subsection 1. Raw strength and might. Let's start with pure, physical might. The Jinn are definitely powerful by our standards. Folklore and tradition credit them with incredible feats, like moving massive objects in an instant. The Quran itself tells of a powerful Ifrit, a specific type of Jinn who served Prophet Solomon. When Solomon wanted the throne of the Queen of Sheba brought to him, this Ifrit boasted, I will bring it to you before you rise from your place. This implies he could transport a huge, ornate throne over a vast distance in just a few hours. That is, without a doubt, some serious power. But when you compare that to the might of the angels, it's not even in the same league. The strength of the angels is on a cosmic, reality-bending scale. It's not about moving furniture. It's about shaping the universe itself at God's command. Think about the angels who carry God's throne. The throne is described as the largest of all creations, bigger than the heavens and the earth put together. A hadith describes the scale of just one of these angels, saying that the distance between his earlobe and his shoulder is a 700-year journey. These are beings of unimaginable size and strength. We see their power all through the Quran. When God decided to destroy the people of Lot for their sins, he sent angels. The archangel Gabriel, or Jibril, is said to have lifted their 7 cities on the tip of one wing, raised them so high the other angels could hear their dogs barking, and then simply turned them upside down and slammed them back into the earth. That wasn't a fight, it was the effortless execution of a divine order. One angel, with a tiny fraction of his power, wiped out entire cities. Likewise, the people of Thamud were destroyed by a single, terrifying shout from an angel. Not a weapon, not a physical blow, just a sound so powerful it instantly stopped their hearts. This is a level of power that is absolute. But maybe the clearest example of angelic superiority is the angel of death, Malik al-Maut. He is a single angel, responsible for taking the soul of every living creature. At the exact right moment, he can take any soul from anywhere in the world in an instant. No Jinn, no matter how strong, can stop him. No fortress can keep him out. The Jinn themselves die, and it is this very angel who will seize their souls. This sets up a clear hierarchy. The angels can overpower the Jinn and carry out God's will upon them. The Jinn can't do the same to the angels. So, in the arena of raw strength, the winner is clear. A Jinn might be able to overpower a person, but an angel can overpower the world. Subsection 2. Speed and movement in our world. Speed is power. In the unseen world, that's taken to a whole new level. Both angels and jinn can move at speeds we can't comprehend, but again, their abilities are fundamentally different. The jinn are famous for their speed. In that same story about Solomon's court, after the Ifrit offered to bring the throne in a few hours, another individual described as one with knowledge of the scripture said, "I will bring it to you before your glance returns to you, in the blink of an eye." The throne was there. Whether this was a jinn or a human, the story shows that incredible speed is a known jinn trait. They can cross continents in what feels like a split second to us. But the jinn's movement, as fast as it is, seems to be mostly limited to our physical world. The angels, on the other hand, move between worlds. They are celestial messengers. The Quran describes them as having wings, not necessarily like a bird's, but as a symbol of their power to move. Some have 2, 3, or 4 wings. And the archangel Gabriel was seen by the prophet in his true form with 600 wings that filled the entire horizon. Their speed is breathtaking. One verse in the Quran says that God's affair travels to him in a day, the measure of which is 1,000 years of what you count. This points to a speed that goes beyond our ideas of time and space. When Gabriel delivered revelations to the prophets, it was instantaneous. He was commuting between God's presence and our earthly realm. Here's the key difference. Jinn are fast within creation. Angels are fast across creation. A jinn might cross a country in the blink of an eye, but an angel can descend from the highest heaven in that same blink. The jinn's speed is a remarkable skill. The angel's speed is part of their very nature. Subsection 3. Knowledge of the unseen gabe. This is one of the most misunderstood areas of all. Popular culture often shows jinn, or jinnis, as all-knowing beings who grant wishes. This is a huge misconception. According to Islamic theology, knowledge of the unseen, the gabe belongs to God alone. He reveals parts of it to whomever he wishes. The jinn have no special insight into the future. The Quran tells a story about Prophet Solomon's death to make this exact point. He died while leaning on his staff, and the jinn who worked for him kept on working, having no idea he was gone. They only found out when a termite ate through the staff and his body fell. The Quran explains when he fell, the jinn saw clearly that if they had known the unseen, they would not have remained in humiliating torment. So where did the whole fortune teller idea come from? From cosmic theft. In the past, before the prophethood of Muhammad, the evil jinn, the shaitan, would travel to the lowest heaven and try to eavesdrop on the angels, discussing God's decrees for the earth. They'd catch a tiny piece of the truth, a fragment of a future event, and rush back to earth. There, they would mix that one truth with 100 lies and feed it to soothsayers to mislead people. But that practice was stopped. The Quran describes how the heavens are now protected by fierce guards and shooting stars or meteors. Any jinn who tries to eavesdrop now gets hit with a piercing flame. So any secret knowledge they claim to have is based on stolen, incomplete scraps from the past, mixed with a lot of lies. The angels, on the other hand, are the ones entrusted with this divine knowledge. They don't steal it, they deliver it. They are the scribes who record our deeds. They know people's destinies because they are the ones tasked with carrying them out. The angel of death knows when someone will die because it's his job to be there at that exact moment. Their knowledge is direct, pure, and by divine order. The jinn's is indirect, corrupt, and stolen. One is an ambassador, the other is an eavesdropper. When it comes to knowledge, there is simply no comparison. Subsection 4. Influence over humanity. Here, the battlefield shifts from the cosmic to the personal. This is where the hidden war is most deeply felt, in the struggle for the human heart. And in this arena, it's less about raw power and more about the nature of influence. The jinn, specifically the rebellious ones led by Iblis, have a clear mission: to mislead humanity. Iblis himself declared this after he was cast out, vowing to tempt us and lead us astray. Their main weapon is that subtle, nagging whisper of temptation. They plant seeds of doubt, arrogance, and despair in our hearts. They work in the shadows of our minds, encouraging our worst impulses. Their influence is one of chaos and deception. The influence of the angels is the complete opposite. It's one of guidance, protection, and peace. They are a force for good in our lives, working quietly but powerfully. The Quran speaks of angels in succession, before and behind, who guard each person by God's command. These are guardian angels, protecting us from harms we can't even see. Angels inspire good thoughts. Just as the shaitan whisper evil ones, they pray for believers. The Quran mentions that the angels who carry the throne and those around it pray for forgiveness, for those who repent and follow God's path. Most importantly, two angels, the Kiraman Katibin, or honorable scribes, are with every single person, recording their deeds. The one on the right records good deeds, and the one on the left records bad ones. This constant, perfect record ensures that divine justice is absolute. So, who has greater influence? It might feel like the jinn do, since we're so aware of the daily struggle against temptation, but that's part of the deception. The power of the jinn's whisper is only as strong as our choice to listen to it. God told Iblis, "You have no power over my servants. You only have power over those who follow you." Their influence requires our participation. The angels' influence, however, is a constant, divinely ordered reality. Their protection is always there. Their recording is always active. While the war for our hearts is real, we aren't fighting alone. The jinn offer deception, but the angels offer divine support. In terms of true, lasting impact, the influence of the angels is far greater. Part 3. The ultimate arbiter. We've compared these two extraordinary creations across every metric. In raw strength, angelic might is cosmic. In speed, angelic travel is transdimensional. In knowledge, angels are trusted custodians while jinn are thieves. In influence, angels are protectors, while jinn are tempters. By every measure, the angels are more powerful. Their superiority is baked into their very nature. They're made of light. They cannot disobey, and they act as direct instruments of God's will. But if we stop there, we miss the whole point. It's like asking if a hammer is more powerful than a chisel without thinking about the carpenter holding them. The real answer to who has greater power is neither the angels nor the jinn. The ultimate power belongs to God alone. The angels' power isn't their own. It's a reflection of their Creator's power. They're mighty because God made them mighty. They're swift because God sends them. They have knowledge because God gives it to them. Their entire existence is one of perfect service. The story of Iblis is the most powerful lesson here. He was one of the most powerful jinn. Given status and knowledge, he had power. But what did it get him in the end? Nothing. His refusal to obey a single command, all because he thought his fiery origin made him better, led to his eternal disgrace. His power couldn't save him from his own pride. This reveals the central theme. True power isn't measured in strength or supernatural skill. True power, the only kind that matters, is found in obedience, humility, and closeness to God. The jinn, like humans, were given the power of choice. This is an incredible power, in some ways greater than any ability the angels have, because it's the power to willingly submit. It's the power to choose God when you could have chosen yourself. The angels are honored for their perfect obedience, but they have no other choice. A righteous human or a righteous jinn who fights their own ego and desires to still choose God. That is a profound act of power. It's the power Iblis threw away. So the rivalry isn't just a contest of strength. It's a constant illustration of two opposite ideas. The angels represent the power of submission. The jinn, led by Iblis, represent the weakness of rebellion. No matter how much power a rebellious jinn seems to have, it's a fleeting, chaotic force that leads to ruin. The power of an angel, acting on God's command, is an unstoppable force of cosmic justice. Understanding this changes how we see our own lives. The unseen war isn't just around us, it's within us. It's the daily choice between the angelic pull towards good and the satanic whisper towards arrogance. It reminds us that seeking power for its own sake is the path of Iblis. Seeking to be an instrument of good is the path of the angels. So, who is more powerful? The angel who can destroy a city with a shout, or the jinn who can whisper doubt into a heart? The answer is clear. The angel's power is a direct extension of the unlimited power of God. The Jinn's power is a limited, chaotic force, only allowed to exist as a test. The ultimate power lies not with any creation, but with the Creator, who has dominion over the light, the fire, and everything in between. This cosmic struggle is a deep and fascinating topic. What are your thoughts on the nature of angels and Jinn? Let us know in the comments below. We read every single one. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the unseen, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because you won't want to miss what we explore next. From a war before time to the ongoing battle for the human soul, the story of angels and Jinn is a story of contrasts: light versus fire, obedience versus rebellion, order versus pride. While the angels are immeasurably more powerful in every physical sense, the story teaches a deeper lesson. It teaches that the greatest power isn't the ability to command the universe, but the will to submit to the one who created it. The fall of Iblis is an eternal warning that no amount of personal power can save you from arrogance, and the silent service of the angels is a timeless reminder that true honor is found in humility. The hidden war is a constant reality, and understanding the players and the stakes is the first step to understanding our own place in the grand cosmic design.